Hey Adventure, so this is just my quick spoiler-free reaction review type thingy for episode 5 of The Rings of Power. And I just realized I didn't get the title of the episode for this one either. That's alright, so we'll get right into this one. To start off, I will say I really enjoyed watching this episode. Like, I had a fun time watching this episode. With that being said, it is probably the farthest from lore accurate of any of the episodes so far. And so as a Tolkien fan, one of the worst episodes of the show. As a fantasy fan watching a TV show, and you'll notice I'm kind of stealing this from Rinfail, Tim Anderson. He does the same thing where he does a Tolkien fan review and then a fantasy fan review. Just, that's kind of what I'm getting at with this one. As a Tolkien fan, it's a horrible episode. As a fantasy fan, as somebody who just likes watching TV shows and who enjoys the process of storytelling, this one was one of the better episodes by far. And I had a fun time. Like, I was enjoying the time watching this episode, whereas with episode 4, I was not. I could not get into episode 4 at all. But episode 5, I was very happy with what was going on and I was just having a lot of fun with it. So I will also... Alright, so I mentioned that it's worse lore-wise, but also, okay, so the main storylines that it follows, we follow all 4 of the main storylines, really. So that would be the Harfoot storyline. We do get a little bit of that. That one is by far the least prominent, I guess. So we get a little bit of that one. We get a little bit of the Arondir and Southlands storyline. We get some of that. So the Harfoot one and the Southlands one, those two storylines, you have a little bit, but it's really just enough to keep their stories going and make sure that you're not forgetting about them as we do deal with the more important stuff, which is the Linden and Eregion and Dwarves storyline. So we get the storyline with Linden and Elrond and Gil-galad and Durin and stuff like that. That's one of the storylines that we see happening. And then so that's one of the top 2 main ones of this episode, and then the other main one is the Numenor storyline with Galadriel, with Halbrand, with Elendil, Isildur, Miriel, Pharazôn, all those characters. That's really takes up probably the most time of the episode. Probably about half the episode is that, where another 20% is, or 30% even, is the Linden storyline, and then that other 10% is split between the Southlands and the Harfoots, whatever, hobbits. They're hobbits. I really didn't mind. There was a little bit of convenience and just like things happening just because they need to happen type thing in the Southlands storyline. The Harfoot storyline is, there wasn't really anything that was going on. There was a little bit, but it did feel pretty forced. The conflict felt forced in that one. I think I'll leave it at that. That's about my thoughts on episode 5 of The Rings of Power. I enjoyed the episode. It's by far one of the worst, if not the worst, of the lore-wise episodes in terms of what Tolkien actually wrote and how he thought about things. So it's the worst in that way, but it's one of the better episodes as an episode of a TV show. Yeah, I'll leave it there. Thank you guys for watching Erudite Adventure. Hopefully this was an enjoyable video. I can never tell because I'm not very good at doing these quick spoiler-free thoughts on these episodes, but yep, I'll leave it at that. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys again soon. Stay warm.